What's up, guys? In this video we're going to be taking a look at a new deck that I've been working on. The Furious Fist set gave us a lot of new cards to play with, and I know everyone's been, trying out a lot of the new stuff like Strong Energy and Seismitoad and Mega Heracross and a lot of the more obvious things, but I wanted to try some more underrated tactics that aren't really necessarily as played. So in this video we're going to be taking a look at Aurorus. This card obviously came out in Furious Fist. And it's a stage 1 fossil, which sucks, but it has a pretty interesting ability. Its ability is Ice Shield. Any water Pokemon with a water energy on it, the damage done to it is reduced by 20. Now by itself this doesn't seem very good, but this ability does stack. So if we do happen to get, I play 3 of them, I don't think 4 is really an ideal number to get out, because then you don't have the proper bench space to do anything, so I only play 3 of them, but if you get all 3 into play, that's 60 less damage you're taking, which is pretty significant actually when you have a lot of these attackers that can deal a ton of damage for just 1 energy. Taking 60 off, that's like taking, a Fighting Stadium, a Muscle Band, and a Strong Energy off of, a Landorus EX or something. So very interesting ability, to say the least. I don't know how competitive it is, but we're definitely going to try it out, obviously. So that's Aurorus, and now we're pairing it with a bunch of different attackers. The first one is Suicune. I figured this would be a good one because it's already protected from EX Pokemon, so the main thing you have to worry about is being knocked out by, obviously, your non-EXs like Raichu and Beartic and things that can deal 100 damage pretty easily. So with Suicune in play, we're safe from Pokemon EX, but we can also survive multiple hits against your, your non-EX Pokemon because of Ice Shield, so that's pretty good. We also run 1 Keldeo EX because Secret Sword is pretty solid, and this can help you against, something like a Mewtwo. If you attack with Keldeo, Mewtwo hits you for a lot, but, by attaching all these extra energy, if you have all 3 of your Aurorus in play, Mewtwo isn't really actually doing any damage, extra damage from the energy you have on you, so that's pretty cool. We play 1 Kyurem EX. I figured this would be a pretty natural fit because it has Outrage, which does 10 more for each damage counter. This way we can hit, high numbers with Outrage without necessarily being knocked out the next turn, which is kind of the downfall of Outrage. And our Energy Acceleration is actually Manaphy. Now Manaphy is pretty much never been played in decks, but it's actually not, it's not good by any means, but it's not the worst Pokemon I've ever played by far. It has the attack Seafaring for 1 water energy. You flip 3 coins, and for each heads you attach a water energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So it's definitely not the worst attack ever, and in combination with Victini, you can most of the time hit at least 1 heads. 2 is ideal, and 3 is obviously very good. So we have Manaphy, and its ability is actually very good too. Its ability is Final Wish. When it's knocked out, you basically just get to pick a card from your deck. It's basically computer search when it gets knocked out, so that's pretty cool. So Manaphy is the ideal starter of this deck, which is why we run 3. And like I said, we run Victini just for reflipping those coins, and we actually run 1 Spiritomb because a Genesect Virizion deck would basically just run through this completely. I mean, you do have Suicune, but they can G-booster you, and it's just not an ideal matchup. They can just use their Plasma Energy and catch her out, your Red Signal out, your EX Pokemon, and you're basically just going to get destroyed. Pretty much everything in here is weak to grass except for Kyurem EX. So we run the Spiritomb and 1 Silvermere to basically make it very difficult for your opponent to use G-Booster. With it, you have the Spiritomb on the bench, they can't play the A-Spec, and then with the Silvermere they can't, they can't catch it out and then attack it, knock it out with the Genesect. They have to take 2 hits to knock it out with Spiritomb. Now obviously they can play a Startling Megaphone, but that's the idea behind those 2 cards. Probably not needed, but whatever. We're playing Aurorus, we can play whatever we want. On our trainer cards, we're playing Computer Search, just probably the best A-Spec card. 1 Escape Rope, 1 Professor's Letter to try and get those water energies in our hand so we can use Ultra Ball and then use Seafaring to get them onto our bench Pokemon quicker. We play 4 Sail Fossil. Now I've been really lucky and gotten like all 4 of my Aurorus into play at once before, but we run 4 because the Fossil Researcher is good. It's obviously a lot better, but we don't want to play a lot of our supporters, during our turns to get them out. So I think 1 Fossil Researcher is good. If you start with it, great, but if not, Sail Fossil, between 4 of them can usually get the job done. We play 2 Startling Megaphone because Garbodor is basically the end of this deck. Everything has an ability except for Kyurem and just the regular Amira. Play 1 Switch card, obviously. 4 Ultra Ball because we want to get rid of those water energies to get them with Seafaring. We have 1 Colress, 1 Fossil Researcher. We have 2 Lysander because a lot of the times we want to catch our opponent's Pokemon and knock them out. Like, I don't know, if they bench a Landorus EX and they're attacking with a Lucario, you know, the Lysander can get us a knockout there, and it's just important to be able to catch her in this deck. I'm not really sure what exactly makes it so important, but in all the matches I've played, it's been a pretty big card to have, so that's something we need. Play 4 N, 4 Juniper, and 2 Skyla just to get out all of our cards that we need. We play 4 Muscle Band to help give our attacks more damage, give Suicune a 90 damage attack, which is much better than 70. Go from a 3-hit knockout to a 2-hit knockout. The Silver Mirror, like I said, we play 2 DCEs because DCEs are still important in this deck. Obviously, you know, we can use on Kyurem and Suicune and even Keldeo if we want. So this is just to attack, you know, earlier, but we definitely want the water energies on our Pokemon because Ice Shield doesn't work unless it's a water Pokemon with a water energy attached. So that's the deck. In the future, I'll bring you guys some match videos I played on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. It's definitely not the most competitive deck in the world, but it's very fun to play. Manaphy, you know, people scratch their heads when they see it, and it's actually a really fun card to play. You can pull off some pretty cool combos with Seafaring and Final Wish, and it's just a really cool deck to play. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.